Hey everyone, this is George Moore, owner of Moore's Sewing Center in Southern California, and I'm here with Kathy Brown from Sewing Tech Talk. And right here we have the Baby Lock Regalia sit-down machine. With quilting machines, sometimes the problem is you don't have room for a long arm. But the Regalia sit-down has the features of a long arm machine, including an amazing stitch regulating system, but it's on a table. Okay, so what I love about this table is the fact it's adjustable. So let's go ahead and see the adjustments on this here.
So you just pressed a button and it's doing its thing,
I
right?
did. So this is right here going to whatever height that we want for Kathy to sew.
George, it's getting kind of high, George.
Uh,
George, I'm
are you sure? Are
I'm
you
kind
sure
of
you
at
can't quilt this?
I'm kind of at the little kids table right now.
Okay, all right. So yeah, obviously you wouldn't do this high, but I
But
did figure out a way. I did figure out a way on this here. Is that what the benefit? What if I wanted to get in and clean the bobbin system? Okay, so the bobbin system on this is the large bobbin. It's an M-class bobbin. Okay, so we're going to do a close-up later on this here, but it is ginormous. But okay, that's a word actually. Ginormous is a word.
it is. If you say it, George, it's a word.
Okay, so we can just set this to whatever height we want, but we put into memory. We have 4 memories of this. They call this the lift table. And number 2.
That's my personal
Yeah.
setting.
So go ahead and pull up a chair
Goodness.
and show us.
I think I
this
can do it
wonderful
now.
machine.
I think I can do it now. You know, we all like to have our own personal private settings. I'm just saying. And here it comes. Oh. So this is an amazing machine. What happens is if you can't get a big long arm, you don't really sacrifice much when you're doing a sit down. It fits in your house and it has an awesome stitch regulation system. That's what we really want when we're doing a larger quilt. We have the big space, just like we do in a long arm.
20 inches of space.
20 inches of space. And George already mentioned it, but check it out. This is an M-class bobbin as opposed to your regular standard class 15 bobbin. You get so much more thread on that. Now, the other thing that's pretty cool about this machine is it has the features of a long arm. Let's take a look at the screen, and I want to show you some of those things. This is a bobbin estimator, so it can tell you when you're running low on bobbin, which is a kind of a neat feature. This is, well, most machines have the needle stop up and down. We can pit play. We have a foot control where we can tell the machine to start, or we can just say go on the screen. And you have a tension setting. So if you like to play around with different threads, you can literally check out your tension and instantly go there. And this is pretty neat. This is, because it's a 20-inch machine, the hand wheel is way in the back, but this is pretty neat. This is where you can just precisely place that needle exactly where you want. So if you want to hover just above that quilt to know exactly where you're stitching, you can put the needle right down there. But speaking of that, you also have this little laser guide light that's going to show you exactly where that needle is going to hit. Now, stitch regulation, that's what we really want, right? So we have a manual setting, which is great. You can set the machine anywhere up to any setting that you like, up to the 2,500 stitches a minute that it'll go. But let's check out regulation, because regulation is pretty amazing. In regulation, I'm going to tell the machine exactly how many needle strikes I want per inch. This is your stitches per inch. I have 2 settings. I have precision, and what precision means is I am going to be able to stop and think about where I'm going. I use that for ruler work all the time because I want the machine to be on, but I just want to be able just to move it and have exactly the stitches that I want.
Well, Kathy, why don't you show that
I will.
on the fabric here, because that way they can see that when you stop with the fabric, it's instantly. And then I know you're going to talk about the cruise.
Right. So here is just the precision. I want to stop and think about where I'm going. So when I stop, the machine is going to stop. Or in cruise, like I have it now, it's going to keep on stitching.
Yeah. So your cruise right now, it's going to keep stitching.
Right.
Okay. So you just let off the foot pedal.
I just let off the foot pedal and it stopped. I still have my little light to show me where I'm at. Now, if I go to precision, what happens is when I stop sewing and I want to think about where I'm going, it's going to stop. I'm still on right now, but All I have to do is start to move the machine, move the fabric again, and it's going to give me my stitch regulation system. But you know how it does that is pretty cool.
Okay.
How it,
So I'm gonna interrupt here because I
Huh.
want you to actually press on precision
okay.
on the screen the play button.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
want you to see without using a foot pedal. Okay, now do it. So she's not using a foot pedal.
No foot
And the
pedal.
machine is automatically sensing the movement of that, and all those stitches are the same length.
Exactly. And how does the machine do that?
Okay.
Well, the machine does that because I'm gonna lift the curtain here and show you. So on the bed of the machine, there's two sensors, and the sensors sense how fast this quilt is going on the top of it. And it knows, it does math really, really good. And it can tell exactly how fast I'm moving and match the speed of the machine exactly to how fast that I'm moving it, which is pretty cool. So let's see what else. Oh, I have all kinds of things. Let's see.
The information. Oh, that's a good screen.
Let's look at the screen. There is where I can have a needle break sensor, which is really neat. I can have that little guide light. I can have an alarm that lets me know when I have my thread break.
Go back to the guide light real quickly. Right, that's a laser. So turn that on and off. So that right there
Is off.
And then we got shots of that going on
with a touch of the button.
So
it comes on.
That's showing you right when where the needle's
right where the needle's going to be, which is super important when I'm coming on in. Well, the other thing is it comes with a open toe foot.
Yes.
So it comes with an open toe foot, and you can see when it is attached to the machine, not only do I have that LED guide light, but I have a visual coming on in to where I'm actually stitching. So if you're doing that precision, if you're doing those little fill stitches coming on in and you want to come really close to whatever you're doing, then exactly that's going to get you exactly where you want to be, which is pretty cool. Let's see what else.
The information screen. I love that.
I know I can use information screen. Well, this tells you all about your machine, but when you come down here, it's an instant thread path guide. So when you come to the different parts of it, it's going to show you step by step, literally how to do your machine. I call it the midnight special. You don't have to get out the manual, and you can go step by step to know exactly how to thread the machine. And you can check yourself if you're not really sure. I also like this feature of the needles. So if you're doing different kinds of thread, remember I mentioned that the thread tension, you can change that for the different sizes of thread. But this is going to give you a recommendation for needle size, and all the information is at your fingertips, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty cool. The machine has very great lighting. It has the LED under the bed of the machine as well. So you can adjust that to your lighting needs. Let's see what else we have here. And then here is where you can actually record. You can have a calculator on the machine, but you can record the time that you've spent on your quilt. You can record how many stitches. If you want to brag to your friends that this quilt has X number of stitches, this is your brag information center. And you can set the alarms for all kinds of stuff.
Speaking of bragging, we've got an amazing sale price on this. So right now, we actually have the lowest price ever on the Baby Lock Regalia sit-down machine. This has a regular retail value of $9,999. This is a flagship model in the industry for long arm systems that are in a sit-down basis. And this is the one with the lift table. They also make it with a stationary table, which we have an offer on that as well. Right now, for a limited time, we have this on sale for $79.99. That's never been that price. We have interest-free payments available, as well as free shipping across the country. But wait, you know what's coming?
There's more.
There's a bonus. We have a special bonus that includes the Sure Stitch foot that's designed specifically for ruler work, and we're including 14 different specialized rulers like the one shown here, which is making that nice scrolly line that you worked with. It is amazing what you can do with ruler work. We're also including the couching foot set. And you see here, you can take various weights of yarn. That yarn that you were using is amazing.
Yeah.
And you can do some beautiful.
It's all about texture. It's all about texture.
It is. Also included with this is a selection of Madeira Aero quilt thread, which is designed specifically for quilting, as well as Baby Luck's Love of Knowledge membership. And this is a membership that will take you through all the different features of the machine, showing you different techniques and everything. That bonus alone is worth $799. Now, also, if you want all that we talked about here, but you want the stationary table, that's at a stationary height, that's adjustable, but it's not the height or the electronic lift table. We have the same machine on sale for $69.99, and we have a similar bonus that comes with it that's valued at $699. We also have interest-free payments as well as free shipping on that as well. But click on the link to order or give us a call at 1-800-865-9664, as well as you can also email us at customerservice@moores-so.com. Bye for now.